Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Welcome back, my dear students, and hello to a new lesson of English, lesson number 5. This lesson has the title of grammar number 2, and to be specific, we will talk about the phrases and questions in the reported speech. So let's indulge into our lesson directly. The first task or practice number 1, time phrases in reported speech. A. Study the grammar books, then answer the question at the bottom of the books. Here we have this study books or grammar books. We want to read, understand, and study these books at the same time. Then we can answer the question at the bottom of these books. Let's read. Time phrases in reported speech. In reported speech, the time expressions depend on when the report is given. In reported speech, the time expressions depend on when the report is given. For example, Sultan, I will do it tomorrow. I will do it tomorrow. Number 1. Reported immediately. He says he will do it tomorrow. Reported the same day. He said he would do it tomorrow. Reported a few days later. He said he would do it the next day. Why does tomorrow in number 1 and 2 become the next day in 3? Here is the question. The answer is, imagine Sultan speaks on Monday. He refers to tomorrow, which is a Tuesday. In cases number 1 and 2, the report is also on Monday, I mean in the same day, and so tomorrow refers to Tuesday. But in case number 3, imagine the report is on Tuesday or Thursday. To say tomorrow would indicate Friday, which is not the same day Sultan was referring to. In order to give Sultan's original meaning, the reporter needs to use the expression the next day, or we can say also the day after, or the following day. So here in this case, case number 3, we can't use tomorrow. So here we can use the next day, the day after that, the day after, or the following day. Why? To keep the same meaning Sultan means. Let's do practice number D. Study the phrases in the books below. Add them to the table. We have 4 expressions. The day before, 2 days earlier, the following day, and finally we have the night before. We have to put these expressions, time expressions, in the proper place. On the right, left, we have, 2 columns on the right and on the left. On the left we have direction speech, and on the right we have reported speech. So let's begin reading. Tomorrow is the next day or the following day. Next week means the next week or the following week. Yesterday in direct speech becomes the previous day in reported speech, or we can say the day before. The day before. What about today? Today becomes that day. That day. 2 days ago in reported speech becomes, this phrase becomes 2 days before. 2 days before or 2 days earlier. 2 days earlier. Tonight in direct speech or direct speech becomes that night. That night. And finally we have last night. In reported speech we use the night before. The night before. Now after doing this exercise number B orally, you can see the answers, my students, in front of you, and at the same time you can write them down on your books. Then we can move to something else or another task. Yes. Let's do practice number A in our workbooks on page number 40, unit 6. Practice number A says, report these things which were spoken a few weeks ago. Use time expressions from course book page number 70 and verbs from course book page number 69. We have 5 sentences, so let's begin with the first one. But here, before doing anything, we have to focus on something which is so important, which is, these things were spoken a few weeks ago. These sentences were spoken few weeks ago. Let's focus on this fact. Let's come back to the first sentence. Number 1. Musa to Ibrahim, thank you for saving my life yesterday. Yes, it becomes Musa thanked Ibrahim. Musa thanked Ibrahim for saving his life the day before. Musa thanked Ibrahim for saving his life the day before. Number 2. Shakir to Samir. Would you like to come to our house next weekend? Would you like to come to our house next weekend? It becomes Shakir invited Samir to come to his house the following weekend. The following weekend. Number 3. The newsreader on TV. Tomorrow is a public holiday. Tomorrow is a public holiday. We can say it. The newsreader announced that the next day was a public holiday. The next day was a public holiday. Number 4. Salsabil, I gave him back the money 2 days ago. I gave him back the money 2 days ago. Salsabil claimed that she had given him the money 2 days earlier. 2 days earlier. And finally, the 5th sentence. Nisreen Would you like me to cook today? Would you like me to cook today? Nisreen offered to cook that day. Nisreen offered to cook that day. Now let's see the answers. Here are the possible answers. Number 1, Musa thanked Ibrahim for saving his life the day before. 2, Shaker invited Samar to come to his house the following weekend. 3, the newsreader announced that the next day was a holiday, a public holiday. 4, Salsabil claimed that she had given him the money 2 days earlier. Number 5, Nisreen offered to cook that day. Nisreen offered to cook that day. Now number 2, grammar review, reporting questions. Study the grammar books. Reporting questions. A reported question doesn't have the form of a question. It's a statement. Here we have to differentiate between the question and the statement. If we want to report any question, we have to put it in a statement. In a case of a statement, I will repeat reading. A reported question doesn't have the form of a question. It's a statement. It has the form of a statement. Examples: are you coming, Musa? I asked Musa if she was coming. Number 2, where is the meeting? Where is the meeting? She asked me where the meeting was. She asked me where the meeting was. Here we don't say she asked me where was the meeting. It's wrong. We put the sentence in the correct order, I mean according to this statement. Number B, which of these reports are grammatically correct? Mark them with a tick or a cross. Number 1, my brother asked me, could he borrow my CD? It's wrong, because it has the form of a question. Number 2, ask him why he wants it. Correct. 3, please ask her what time will she arrive. It's wrong. 4, we should ask them if they want to come with us. It's correct. And finally, number 5, I asked him if when he was born. It's incorrect. It's wrong. Let's see them again. The first sentence is wrong. The second is correct. The third sentence is wrong. The fourth is correct. And the last one is wrong. Now, practice number C. Study the examples, then report the questions. Begin with she asked. Example: can you ride a horse, Samia? She asked Samia if she could ride a horse. Here we have the sentences. How can I turn this machine off? Do your cousins ride too? Where do you usually ride? Where are we going? How do you make the horse stop? Let's see the answers. Here are the answers. Number 1, how can I turn this machine off? She asked Samia how to turn the machine off. 2, do your cousins ride too? She asked Samia if her cousins rode too. 3, where do you usually ride? She asked Samia where she usually rode. 4, where are we going? She asked Samia where we or they were going. Number 5, how do you make the horse stop? She asked Samia how to make the horse stop. She asked Samia how to make the horse stop. Now, reaching at this point, I mean practice number C, and doing it, we can conclude and close up the lesson number 5. So please, my dear students, study it hard, focus on the time expressions carefully, and eventually I wanna say to everybody of you, see you later and goodbye.